The following commentary is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions shared aren't personal, often said in jest, and have no merit in the real lives of the cast members. With that being said, let's binge, let's banter, and most importantly, let's move on. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. Sorry. So I'm looking in my display, I'm seeing myself, and I don't use the yellow light often because, especially with this hair right now, it's giving very much Nansingonya Bagitu. Bagitu indeed. Oh my gosh. It's giving circle of life. But anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Young, Famous, and African season 3 episodes 1 and 2. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So I'm gonna do 2 episodes at a time. Hopefully I can get them to you every day of the week, and we'll be done by what, Thursday? I think that's a good schedule. So this season, we are starting out with a wedding, okay? Apparently, Zari has found the love of her life. All right. And she has decided to invite almost everyone to her wedding, including Nadia and Fantana.
The most shocking thing is City Girls invited.
I think it's a prank. I thought it was a prank, so.
Because we were going back and forth about a lot of stuff that came out. You happy?
Yeah, I am. So now she can get off my nuts and leave me alone. Like, I fell for Diamond's little antic. He does have a girl.
We all know that Diamond had a girlfriend and he was busy messing with Fantana, by the way.
I need Fantana to be so for real when it comes to her relationship with Diamond. You thought he was going to do right by you? Seeing how he acts in general, but also within the friend group and any other rumors you've heard through the grapevine, you thought you were different. You thought you would be the one, yeah? You thought he would take you seriously. Okay. So because of that whole Diamond situation, there were things that happened online, things that obviously happened on the show. She and Zari not on good terms whatsoever, but she decides to attend the wedding regardless. I'm not quite sure why. I thought she was gonna start trouble, but she didn't. It was actually Annie, and it's funny that Annie was the one to get into trouble because this time around, she had a warmer reception than she did last year. If you remember, well, do I remember? Last year, she had some drama with Swanky because she feels like Swanky was disrespecting her. Swanky feels like she had said like the most vile things that could ever be said about her, and so they haven't been on the best terms. However, this time around, it seems like people were willing to just put the drama aside for a little bit, but Annie being Annie, of course she was gonna drum everything up at the worst possible time. But we're gonna get to that later. The girls are chit-chatting, and you know, once the girls even start to speak with one another, drama is coming not too far behind. And they are talking about Shakib, which is why do I wanna call her Zahari? Zari's fiance / husband now, and they're commenting on how young he is. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Annie and I were here, okay? Because she was like, he looks the same age as the son. Yeah, he does.
How old is he? 27, I think.
No, it doesn't
What?
matter.
It doesn't matter. He's 27.
He can't be 27. Did you say he's 23?
Mzee Shakib. I'm a businessman. I deal in minerals. I sell cars. I am Zari's fiance.
The son and the husband. I can't really tell which one. No.
When it comes to Shakib's age, I don't even think they mentioned it. I feel like that's deliberate, but you can tell he's young. Definitely younger than Zari, at least like 5 years maybe. I don't know. But I'm thinking, is this like a how Stella got her groove back situation? Is she just trying to feel young again by being with a younger man? And as the younger man, respectfully, I know Zari, listen, Zari is a beauty queen. The girl is stunning. There's no denying it. But you really want to marry somebody at your age who has 5 children? I just feel like that's a lot for a young man, you know? Maybe a guy who's in his late 30s, early 40s, whatever. He looks like he's my age mate. I'm 28. 5? My cap is 1. And if I really like you, maybe 2. Anyways, Shakib has an issue with Zari and Diamond's relationship. He feels like there's a lack of boundaries. Yes, that is absolutely true. And everyone believes that Diamond still has a soft spot for Zari. I think that when it comes to both of these men, I don't know what it is that Zari is putting down. Even Andile. What happened to Andile? That one was under Zari's spell as well. There's something about Zari that just gets these men going. And so with him being so young and hopping into a situation that has so much history, and Diamond being somebody who just can't let Zari go. And it's more than just them having kids together. There's something there with him and her. I think that Diamond and Shakib's insecurities are definitely going to show this season. Zari comes down the aisle. Of course she was going to wear like a star-studded dress, but like, it was gorgeous. She looked like a vision, okay? And regardless of my suspicions about this relationship, their vows were really beautiful.
She's exactly what I expected.
Wow. I'm gonna cry.
I know. I'm like, match made in heaven. I promise to respect, admire, and appreciate you for who you are.
I promise to respect you. I promise to keep our lives exciting, adventurous, and full of passion.
I promise to show you every day that I know exactly how lucky I am to have you in my life. I know. Yes, I got married.
In their vows, they talked about supporting each other, like in their dreams or whatever, goals, whatnot, and respect. And I thought it was important that both of them pointed out respect, because Zari, in my opinion, is going to have to work really hard to maintain that respect in her relationship, because she sees herself like on a pedestal. I think it's easy for her to go into her boss lady persona and maybe like emasculate a man that she's with when respect is in question. I think when she respects a man, she wouldn't try to do that. But does she respect this man? I don't know. We have yet to see it. Also, when they start to butt heads, I wonder if she's going to use his age against him. It's very easy to get disrespectful if you're an older woman, because you're like, why is this little boy trying to talk to me anyways? Who does he think he is? And the self-centeredness that Zari already has about herself without this dynamic in their relationship, I'm pretty sure they are easily prone to disrespect each other, more so Zari than him. So I hope that they remember they spoke about respect in their vows, okay? You better respect that young man. Sorry, let me respect him. You better respect that man. Throughout the evening, Annie has been holding up this facade that she's okay with everybody. She's so glad to be here. But the fakeness can only last so long. And she starts to pipe up during the ceremony. Was it during the ceremony or after? It was during the wedding, is the point.
Annie thinks this is the best time to address the fact that I took sides between her fight and Swanky.
Nadia be fighting you alone by herself.
I wasn't fighting with you.
And you had a problem I had no idea about.
Like, are y'all okay?
And you also just coming at me for what reason, Annie? We're not friends.
If you did not consider me as your friend, why did you honor my invitation last year?
Annie was not coming to this wedding for peace at all. She's choosing violence. Now I'm a witch, babes.
Annie is so unhinged. And the girl is so self-absorbed. She thinks that she's infallible, like she can do no wrong. And it's like, just because you have a kid or kids, and just because you're an older woman, and just because you're married to Two-Face, it doesn't make you any more important than anybody else. Like, I don't know what Annie's deal is, but oof, the girl is off her rocker for sure. So she has a problem with Nadia because Nadia, in her opinion, chose sides when she and Swanky were going through their issues. Respectfully, why the hell would Nadia pick you over Swanky? She only knows you because of Swanky. What would I look like siding with the person I just met versus the person I knew before I knew you? And like, that is my genuine friend. You're just a seat filler, really. It does make sense for her to have more loyalty to Swanky. And things go from bad to worse with Annie because at the reception, she says a speech talking about how she loves love and she's so happy that she attended the wedding and she wishes the couple the best, but you were just trash talking them not too long ago. Like, this girl, like, everything that comes out of Annie's mouth is just lies, just fakeness. I don't know how she keeps it up. She also has a lunch date with Fantana. Fantana was thinking, okay, this is kind of weird, but maybe she just wants to get to know me more. No. The whole interaction was Annie talking about Swanky, Annie talking about Nadia, both of whom are friends with Fantana. So like, what did you think this was gonna do? Annie, girl, like, are you with us, babe? Because I'm not quite sure. But anyway, speaking of not being with us, Diamond was not with us at the wedding. He was supposed to be invited. He had a spot at the wedding, but he wasn't there. And then we ended up meeting a whole new person instead.
Out of the blue, out of nowhere, walks in this angel. I'm like, who is this? Oh my gosh.
My name is Kifile Mabote. I'm an entrepreneur, author, I'm a digital media content creator, and I'm a fashion and travel enthusiast.
I don't know if he knows, but I also know Kifile. She's such a sweet girl.
This habit of Swanky walking in +1s into our events is getting monotonous.
Swanky's just out here inviting any and everybody with no one's permission, okay? But in his defense, Kefilwe seems like a vibe. I like her. This might be controversial. If there are any Kanye fans in the chat, I'm so sorry. I'm about to hurt your feelings. Kefilwe to me gives the energy that Kanye hoped she would give. Like, Kefilwe has an aura. She has an energy. When she walks into a room, you're just like, yes. Yes. She will obviously big herself up. She'll talk about her accolades and all the things she's accomplished, but you can just see it from the way that she carries herself. You're like, this woman is a woman of substance. Like, she's got things going for herself. So I'm intrigued to see Kefilwe's storyline unfold during this season. It is our first time seeing Diamond on screen for the season, and he says he wasn't invited to the wedding, but he would have wanted to attend because he just wants to support his baby mama.
Zari did not invite me to her wedding. Even, give them a present, maybe buy them a house. She went on social media, said things about me and the family. After that, you see my communication with the kids has changed.
How were you not invited when there was a whole seat there with your name on it?
For the level of relation that we have, me and her, that's the way I think she was supposed to invite me.
So I'm a little bit confused on whether or not he was invited because he says they haven't been in contact in months, right? But then he also says there's a way in which he should have been invited, which makes me think, so did she extend an invitation, but you thought it wasn't the proper way? Like, I'm a little bit confused. But then again, the whole him and Fantana thing and how Zari went online and said, oh, like, he's cut off, whatever. It sounds like there hasn't been any communication at all, so maybe she didn't reach out to him. Either way, he said it would have been nice for his kids to see that they are a united front and he supports this union. However, he wasn't able to show his support. He couldn't even buy a gift. Oh, poor Diamond. He couldn't buy a gift as if he would have. But anyways, he says he could get Zari back like that. He doesn't have to work hard. If he wanted her, he could have her. To me, that's absolutely insane on so many levels. Number one, why are you still hung up on this woman with all that they've been through? Like, why? Like, why? Number two, you really think you have that much power over another person? If I was Zari, I would feel disrespected. How dare you think I am so weak-minded? I don't have a backbone so much that if it is your desire to get with me, I would just fall to my knees for you. That's insane to say about a woman who you have to interact with for the rest of your lives. Like, I don't know. The way that Diamond talks about Zari is so reckless. But yeah, there's a lot of history between these two. Good history, bad history. And I'm sure that's going to continue. Nadia and Annie obviously have unfinished business after the wedding. So at Kefilwe's event, things get very heated.
Annie always has a negative thing to say about people.
If that's love, then I'm happy for her.
Why do you have any feeling towards it?
Why shouldn't I? Girl, what are you up to?
I'm trying to state the obvious.
No,
the obvious is you're very negative.
You're looking for issues where there is nothing.
Stop moving around like you're this mother that needs to be respected. You're not an elder, babes.
I had a problem with how you did it at Zari's wedding. That is why I'm pissed.
Nadia,
Did you say shut up?
I don't want to
shut
hear
up.
your voice. That's not how I planned it.
Because you don't like when people tell you the truth, Annie. Bye.
You guys let me know whose side you're on, because personally, I side with Nadia on this one. Like, there's an entitlement that Annie has simply because of who she's married to and the fact that she has children and her age. I don't even know how old she is, but you're not so much more superior than these women because of these things that don't actually have to do with you. Let's be honest. Who out here can have kids? A lot of people. Who you're married to? What does that have to do with you? Who are you, Annie? Who are you? What makes you so much more important that nobody can call you out when you're wrong? That people just have to bow down to you whenever you feel like you're in the right. Like, no, sorry. I need Annie to actually come with receipts. Why are you worth the praise that you feel like you deserve? So weird. And I'm glad that Nadia called her out, because this woman cannot stand being held accountable. She cannot stand it. And she's so two-faced. Like, she'll say one thing behind somebody's back, play nice in front of your face, and then be confused why you don't want to talk to her when she was just talking cash crazy about you to other people. Like, no. It sucks that it happened at Kefilwa's event. She's just getting to know the people and stuff, you know, like, I'm just trying to integrate myself into the group, but somebody had to do it, and I'm glad it was Nadia. As more people arrive, we have Louis, or Louis? I'm gonna call him Louis, child. We have Louis, who has eyes for Kefilwe, which is rich because he just went to the wedding with a date. The officiant was his date, but now he's like, what date? I don't know what you're talking about. What relationship? I don't have a girlfriend. That's crazy. So now he's thirsting after Kefilwe, and Kefilwe's like, I don't date little boys. She's like, I only date older men, period. I know that's right. Okay? Like, Louis has just such a desperate, thirsty puppy dog energy. And it's just, yeah. Anyway, speaking of desperate, Zari comes in fiending for the tea on everybody at the table.
Nadia, are you dating again? What's happening with you?
No, babes, it's a desert.
Okay.
I'm back to factory settings.
Well, us Fantana's got different niggas to holla at. Are you even dating anyone?
Nah, I'm just speaking to people.
He likes Kefi.
He likes you.
He
No,
does.
he's just confused.
Do you actually like people for like their looks, or just genuinely like do you get to know people and like them?
You are calling me out of my name.
I'm not calling you out of your name.
You
I
are
said
calling me
you're
out of my name.
confused.
You saying I'm
I said you're
confused. I'm not confused.
So put your little cheap ass coat on and leave me alone.
Oh, please. I want you to name 3 of her songs.
Does Fantana have 3 songs?
I was ready to go in on Zari because I was like, girl, not too much now. You acting a little bit too disrespectful to somebody knowing that you be disrespectful too. Because Zari, she can dish it, but she can't take it sometimes. But anyways, the big drama was between Louis and Fantana. Fantana called it out. Like, who do you like for real? Do you just like pretty women, or do you like these women for who they are? Because one day you like this one, the next day you like that one, the next day you like that one. Like, at this point, he just likes anybody with a coochie and a sorry. I was going to say a coochie and a pulse, but it sounded like I was about to say something else. The point is, this man does not discriminate. And quite frankly, that's a little bit concerning. They start to go at it. I'm not going to lie. There were valid points on both sides. There were. They started to throw some real jabs. He was coming for her music career, which, well, where is it? And she was coming for his like style, or I guess him being cheap and what, I don't know. But I was just like, well, I kind of agree with everything that's being said from either side. So it was very entertaining for me to watch. Louis, like, calm down. He does too much with these girls. You want an older, mature woman? Present yourself as a mature man. You're too thirsty. You're too beg. And Fantana, low-key, you kind of look the same where Diamond is concerned. Speaking of Fantana not having a backbone when it comes to Diamond, he invites her out to like a studio session or something, and the man doesn't even have to say much, and the girl is just putty in his hands.
Came with that one from Tanzania.
From where?
Tanzania.
So I had to lie to her so that she can feel special. Like, you know, she feels like, yeah, this guy loves me.
This whole little girlfriend thing.
Which one?
No, seriously, don't do that. Everybody is saying you have a girlfriend. I don't really know. There's some stop smiling. I'm serious.
I do not have a girlfriend.
Of course, I cannot tell her all the girls that I'm seeing. I won't tell them the truth. If you tell them the truth, you'll never make them like you more.
She lost all credibility the moment she even showed up to the studio session. Then he gave her the flowers and she's like, oh. Then they were talking about something else and she folded so quick. It was so sad to see. The girl even started the season saying, oh, I need to stand up. I need to stand up because I was in the trenches over this man. Like, I need to do better. And then she does worse. Because you mean to tell me you're falling for the exact same game this man was spitting last year? You think this pathological liar is all of a sudden telling you the truth? Girl, you are one on a long list of women that he is messing around with. And I don't even know if he and this girl who he has an open relationship with, if that's really the case. Maybe she is like a secret wife or something, and I don't know. We know with Diamond, you just can't trust anything that he says. But of all people, Fantana, you must know that anything he tells you is a lie. You're going out real bad. Obviously, we know Diamond is entangled with many women, including Zari, even though she's now married. So they actually decide to meet up so they can hash out what their boundaries are going to be now that she's a married woman.
Hi, look who's
Why
here.
is this high? Why you guys are not excited to see me? I've been bad.
Why?
You don't call me.
Fantana had a gun. Diamond handed over bullets.
Why, when you have a problem with me, you have to go to social media instead of telling me? I cannot just go to social media. Yani, I'm a human being. I cannot be right.
I let things go, unajua kwa nini? Because we are stuck in each other's lives for a while, forever.
Your mom, she's married now. You know that? Why did you allow your mom to get married?
Me and Papa like each other, but you have somebody else now?
Shakib is not the reason why I'm not with your dad.
Your mom
okay?
doesn't want to be with me. She said.
You're just ganging up on me.
I definitely think it's wrong to make the kids suffer for your beef that you have with your co-parent unless that parent is putting kids in danger. So when Zari talks about Fantana allegedly having a gun and Diamond supplying her with the bullets, I'm like, okay, well, that's a good reason to not want to have him around the kids, you know? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? I cannot trust that my kids will be safe in your care if you have this person around you. And if you're aiding that behavior that this person is exemplifying, you know? So I hear her on that one. However, I do feel like a lot of Zari's motivation is based on her feelings for Diamond. So when she's mad, everybody has to be mad at Diamond. When she's happy, everybody has to be okay with Diamond. So like, that's where it gets a little bit murky. She tries to distance herself. Well, I can't even say she tries to distance herself because she's always finding her way back in Diamond's pocket. So if you're going to consistently go back to Diamond, why should the kids not be able to go and talk to their father? You know what I'm saying? So I think at this point, let that man have a relationship with his kids and you just don't be involved. She doesn't have to be involved like that. You can find a way to switch off custody, whatever your custody agreement is. You don't have to interact with this man. But deep down, I think she just wants to interact with this man. Swanky has been MIA since the wedding, so he returns and he has a catch-up session with Zari and Nadia. Simultaneously, Annie is trying to make a friend in Kafilwe because she needs somebody on her side.
You know, back in high school, there's always that girl who just likes attention.
I think she was trying to start a fight. But
That's
I
very
didn't.
sorry.
And
she knows how to instigate things.
She's an instigator, that's how I feel.
Yeah. You can't sit and call yourself a boss lady and you're making cheap moves.
Annie successfully converted Kafilwe's mind about her because before, Nadia and Kafilwe had a conversation about Annie's behavior and Kafilwe was like, okay, maybe I need to be weary of Annie. But now she's like, wait, Annie is sweet. Like, what's the problem? Hey, she's sweet now. She's always sweet at the beginning. And then things change. So the other group is having a conversation about Annie's comments during Zari's wedding, as if Zari did not need any more reason to cause drama. But rightfully so, how can you make a speech at my wedding while trash talking my wedding, my union, like saying disrespectful things close to my children? How dare you? No. So now Zari has a bone to pick with both of the plus ones. It's time for Diamond and Shakib to meet, and we find out this, I don't know why this man said this. We find out that Shakib is a fan of Diamond.
You good? Pleasure to meet you, my brother.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome, have a seat.
By the way, you know, it's not the first time we're meeting, me and you. I was really a very big fan. Then I came, we took that picture.
Now my kids may spend a lot of time with you more than me.
And I really love your kids. There are some things that you really do that they make me feel bad, they make me go mad. So I would really request you to avoid doing things that make her feel disrespected. So promise I'm never gonna say any other negative videos of you and her.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I would find it very weird if I was dating someone who was a fan of the father of my kids. Something about that seems like he would have an ulterior motive. I would question his decision for pursuing me. I really would. But I guess Zari is not bothered. Maybe she didn't know. I don't know. But yeah, Shakib, is that his name? I think so. Shakib has been keeping tabs on Diamond and the things that he's been saying regarding Zari, and he's just like, respectfully, back off. Like, this is my woman. We're married now, so you have to respect the boundaries. I think this is more of a conversation that he has had, but should continue to have with Zari, because Diamond can only do as much as Zari allows. Well, legally, at least. If he's doing things against her will, that is a completely different situation. But as we know, they are both consenting adults, and Zari allows him to cross certain boundaries. So, like, yes, have a conversation with this man, but Zari is equally, if not more, to blame, because she is the one in the relationship with you. Worry about what your woman is doing. If she is putting up a boundary that Diamond cannot cross, then Diamond can't disrespect you in that way. He might disrespect you in another way. But in terms of crossing boundaries with your partner, that's up to your partner. The episode ends with Kaylee. Can I ask a question? Why is Kaylee still here? Why is Naked DJ still here? I just feel like they're taking up space. Like, I don't care for their story at all. I know that sometimes they're supposed to be like the go-between in the friend group because they aren't in the drama like that. But take them off. We really don't need them. Anyways, she throws a Diamond and Pearls event, and like every event in this friend group, it obviously turns into a fight.
How far?
The fakeness of it all.
Fantana was just thinking all the shit she was saying about me.
This woman, she's crazy. What did you say about my husband?
That he was young.
What about him being young? I'm not paying. Why is it your problem?
If you're not paying, you'll not be raking like this.
No, why is it your problem?
Your sons and your husband will be coming together when your old ass
Exactly.
will be sleeping alone.
Can we have a moment of silence, please?
Who died?
Don't you dare speak to me like that. No, don't
No,
you
because
dare.
moment of silence. I
No,
saw
moment of
someone
silence.
died.
This is Kelly's event.
For
No,
Kelly.
don't you dare. Don't you dare speak to me like that.
You know the thing is, Annie, what do you do? I'm not even done. What do you do? But this year, you are two-faced just like your husband, Mrs. Two-Face.
You're gonna sit and
Annie. Kanye is not here to cut your back. Bitch, you on your own.
I lost it when Annie looked over at Swanky looking for support against Zari, when it's like, did you really think the things that you said were not going to get back to him? You're here smack talking him to his friends and you think they're going to remain quiet? Absolutely not. He clocked your tea and he's like, I'm not helping this girl. Help her for what? Annie consistently runs her mouth and then gets confused when people want to react to that. Like, a lot of these people are very reactionary. That's just a given. But Annie, a lot of the altercations that you get into, you do it to yourself. Let's be honest, okay? At least with Zari, I can say that Zari does talk a lot. Zari is very combative, very barky, but she'll say how she feels to your face. That's one thing that remains true about Zari. I have yet to see her say one thing. Well, hold on. Let me not die on that hill. I can't recall her saying one thing behind somebody's back and then not having the confidence to say it in their face. I'm sure it has happened, but I just don't remember. And then I want to end talking about Kefilwe, because remember I said Kefilwe has an aura, has an energy, okay? In the conversation she had with Annie beforehand, she said the next time Zari tries to come at her sideways, she's not going to be as gracious. And I thought that meant her being like very raw, very big. No, it was like a calm confidence, because Zari was getting loud and this girl was like, so what we're not going to do is that, okay? Pipe down. And Zari wanted to be mad, but if you pay attention, she actually piped down and I said, wow, that's energy right there. You talk about you the boss lady? No, Kefil was the boss lady. And then Zari had no choice but to pivot and move on to the next person because she wasn't going to get a fight out of Kefilwe. And I think that's the main issue that these people have. They get loud because they want a reaction out of you. And the best power play that Kefilwe had was to not reciprocate that energy. I said, I'm impressed. It was great. It was so great. I'm excited to see where this season goes. It is filled with so much drama already. And we haven't even met the whole cast. Kanye is supposed to return and somebody new is joining the friend group. So we will see how all of that pans out. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.